if you want 2024 to be the year where you don't have to ask your boss if you can have some holiday, you don't have to ask them when you can go on your lunch break, you don't have to keep saying to yourself, oh, I can't afford that, I'd love to do that, but I can't afford that. You don't have to be stressing about money when you go to bed at night. If you don't want that to be your life anymore, if you want to own your life, then you have to start owning your life now. Owning your future and owning the way that you are able to live starts right now with the decision to be like, enough is enough, I'm not doing this anymore. Welcome back to another episode of the Made for More podcast. I'm so excited to have you here. And I'm even more excited because these episodes light me up, because this time of year lights me up. I'm already having conversations with people booking calls with me to hear about my program and people within my community. And I love this time of year because it's where people start to get really, really serious. It's where people start to say, wow, I'm not where I thought I was going to be at this point in the year. I had all these goals, all these things that I want to accomplish, and now is the time to get it done. And the reason why I love this time of year is that people just move out of their own way. Like when you haven't got as much time to get something done, if you had an idea of where you wanted to be by December and you are nowhere near that right now, and you haven't achieved everything that you wanted to achieve, then it's such a powerful time to just get out of your own way, and you start to be like, look, I haven't got time to overthink anymore. I haven't got time to procrastinate. I haven't got time to let fear stand in my way. I need to get moving. And that's why I really love this time of year, because it's where people really, really get down to work. So I wanted to do this episode because the kids have gone back to school. September is an amazing time to get refocused. The summer is done. We're buckling down for the autumn months, and it's the perfect time to get really mega focused. And I really want to help you close out this year achieving everything that you set out to do in January. I don't want this to be another one of those years where you get to, New Year's Eve and you're like, damn, where did that year go? Like, what happened? I want it to be the time where you are standing there on New Year's Eve. I always think of that moment on New Year's Eve because I feel like it's such a reflective time. And I want you to be standing there on New Year's Eve and thinking, whoa, like I really pulled it out of the bag this year. I really did everything that I wanted to do. I wasn't on track for it, but I've had a massive year. This is what I want to help you do. So it's such a cool time of year, and as I said, it's where we get really down to work and just cut the bullshit. Like, cut the bullshit, stop getting in your own way, and let's create some magic. So I want to give you some tips on how you can round off this year and really make sure that this is one to remember, where you can look back and be like, 2023, that is where I made some big moves. That is where some big stuff happened. And you may not be feeling that right now. You may be looking at your year and thinking, I have no idea what happened. Like, it was literally February and now it's September. I'm not really sure what happened in between. And that is okay. But what is not okay is if you keep just carrying on, going through the motions and expecting that something is going to be dramatically different in December, because it's not. You have to do something today. You have to change something today. You have to change the actions that you're taking. You have to change your focus. You have to change the things that are distracting you. You have to change your habits. And so this is what we're going to talk about today. So one of the main things that you have to do right now in order to achieve the goals that you really want to achieve is that you have to focus. And in order to focus, you need to strip back everything else. So I want you to choose one thing that you're going to achieve by December. You may have decided this year that you wanted to create a podcast, you wanted to launch a digital product, you wanted to get 100,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel, you wanted to create an ebook and a lead magnet. You may have all these ideas of what you wanted to do this year, and maybe you haven't done any of them. Maybe you've done some of them. But right now, I want you to just focus on one. I want you to go all in with one of these things that you're going to achieve. And I want this one thing not to be the easiest thing. I don't want you to be like, oh, I'm going to choose that one. And then, that's the least I can get away with. I don't want you to have this attitude. Like, when you're at school, this was definitely me at school. When I was at school, I would do, and actually when I was working in any job as well, I would do the minimum that I could get away with without getting in trouble or without feeling bad about myself. I would literally be like, how can I just do literally the minimum to get away with it? I don't want you to have that minimum mindset. I don't want you to think, how can I get away with it? Because there's no one else watching. This is just you. It's only you that you're accountable to. So if you're just trying to do like the minimum that you can get away with, the easy stuff, the comfortable stuff, the things that don't really stretch you, just so that you can say you've done something, it's only you that you're cheating. Like, it really does not matter to anyone else. So I want you to pick the one thing that you are going to achieve from now until the end of December that is going to move your business and move your situation forward the most. Like, what is the thing that is going to make the biggest impact on your income, your time, the way you're able to live your life, how your business is able to grow, the amount of clients you're able to bring in? What is the one that is going to move the needle the most? Perhaps that's not a podcast right now. Perhaps that's not jumping on the new Threads app and, trying to make it on a new social media platform. Just pick one thing that is going to move the needle the most in your business and decide to stick to that. And then, of course, once you're getting focused and you know exactly what that one thing is that you want to achieve by the end of the year, then you need to start reflecting on what you've done up until now and see what's been working, what hasn't been working. Have a look at your social media platforms and think, okay, I've been doing TikTok, I've been doing Instagram, I've been doing LinkedIn. Where are you gaining the most traction? And once you figure out what that thing is, then double down on that. Instead of saying, for this next 3 months, this next 4 months, you're going to try and be absolutely everywhere, just double down and say, right, I'm going to really go all in with Instagram for this next 3 months, or I'm going to go really all in with LinkedIn for this next 3 months, and double down on what's working and get rid of what is not working. So now is the time to strip back everything and get mega focused, see what's working, see what's not, and double down on the things that are. So in terms of what you want to be doing activity-wise right now, I truly believe that you need to be in selling mode and not creation mode. Now, there are loads of things that you're going to want to create, whether that's a new digital product, whether it is a podcast, whether it's that you want to start a YouTube channel, whether you want to start an ebook, whatever it is, that's in creation mode. When you're kind of sitting behind the scenes and you're creating landing pages and you're writing copy and you're putting stuff together on Canva, that is when you're in creation mode. And now you need to transition out of creation mode and move into selling mode. So I want you to have a look at what you have available and what you can sell. So obviously we cannot talk about the last few months of the year without talking about Black Friday. Everyone who is in business is going to be selling around this time. And September, October, November are huge months for selling. This is not where you want to be cozied up in your office behind your laptop just creating stuff on Canva. This is where you want to be out in the forefront and being a part of the noise, like being part of selling. Otherwise, you're just going to get completely drowned out. So September, October, November, and of course December, depending on what kind of business you're in, they're massive months for selling. So of course, we want to look at what is your Black Friday offer going to be. You may decide that you don't want to do a Black Friday offer, but you should still be looking at selling something over the next 3 months. Really, intentionally promoting something. But say, for example, you are going to do a Black Friday offer. The kind of offer that you want to sell is not necessarily a new product. It's not something that you are going to create from now, unless you don't have anything that you can sell. But I personally think that offers that are really good for Black Friday are kind of bundle offers, where you can bundle stuff together and it's an exclusive offer that you're only able to get at that time. If you have different mini courses or masterclasses or ebooks or templates or things that you've got that you could bundle together, that's going to be an amazing product to sell in Black Friday. What you don't want to do is take your core offer, whether that's a coaching program or whether it's a course or whatever, and slash the price of it. You don't want to do that, because people are going to start to think, oh, okay, I'm going to wait until next Black Friday. If I can't afford it now, I'm going to wait until next Black Friday because Carly slashes offers. She offers discounts, and you don't want to be that discount brand. So you don't want to take your core signature offer and offer it at a discount. What you do want to do is add more to it and create a kind of bundle offer, add more value for what they're actually getting. Or another thing that you could do is, say for example, your signature coaching program is a 12-week program and it costs, I don't know, $2,000, then something that you could do for Black Friday, if they perhaps don't want to start a 12-week coaching program in November, for example, you could create a 4-week version of your offer. So you could create a new program, which is a condensed down version of your signature offer, which is maybe the first stage of that process. So you can create a whole new offer based on the first stages of your signature program. They can come through, work through that 4 weeks, and then offer after that an extension, an add-on offer where they can join the rest of the program. They can do the rest of those 8 weeks. So instead of thinking about the offers that you want to sell right now as how can I, cut my prices, how can I make everything super, super crazy cheap? Because don't forget that if your mentality is, I just want to make sure that my product is cheaper than the next person, then you are just going to be going cheaper and cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. There are so many other people that if you decide that you want to compete on price, you are going to be making no profit. Eventually, the price you are charging is going to be so disproportionate to the value that you're offering. It's just going to be crazy. It's actually not even going to make sense for your business. So instead of having that cut price mindset, as I said, just think about how you can either bundle together your offers or take just a section of your core coaching program and offer that as a standalone product, something that they can, get a really quick result. Obviously, you can charge less than your core price, your core signature price, so they can get an introduction to it, and then they can move on to that next step after that. And then, of course, another thing you can do is just relaunch what you already have. Don't always think about having to create something new and create new products and new coaching programs and new courses and new ebooks. Think about how you can take something that you've created already this year. Perhaps you launched it and it didn't go to plan. Perhaps you just, threw a couple of social media posts and people didn't buy it. And now let's have a look at how you can repackage that offer and relaunch that again with a new packaging. And, we're coming up, so obviously we're not coming up to Christmas, but we're coming up to these Christmas gifting months. And how many times have you taken, I hope this isn't just me by the way, but how many times have you taken a present that someone has gifted you and you're like, I'm really not going to use this, and then you just wrap it up in new wrapping paper and give it to someone else? Surely I'm not the only person that does that. But this is literally what you're going to do with your offers. You can literally wrap it up in different wrapping paper and say, look, this wasn't an attractive gift before. Let me wrap it up differently. Let me put a different bow on it. Let me try a different wrapping paper and see if, that makes a difference now. So don't think about just discarding all the work that you've done this year. If you feel like, God, I've worked so hard and I'm still not where I want to be, it's probably just because we need to take that product, rewrap it, and go again. So your 3 selling points for right now, as I said, you want to get out of creation mode, get into selling mode. You want to either bundle together a load of stuff that you have got, and you could create a new offer that you will only ever release for Black Friday, for example, and that's going to be an amazing offer. You can shorten your coaching container and make it, just a snippet of the beginning stage of your coaching container, which is going to give someone that introductory offer to it, and then they can go on to the next bit. And you can relaunch something that you've already got, just wrap it up in different wrapping paper and go with that. So those are some things that you can do to really get into that selling stage right now, and don't be afraid of selling. Remember, everyone is in selling mode right now. You have to play the game. You cannot be sitting back and thinking, I don't want to sell, I don't like selling. You have to get used to selling and being comfortable and getting in that space, because everyone is going to be doing it right now. So the main mindset I want you to have right now is to just not get distracted. Get mega focused on that one thing that you are going to achieve by the end of this year, and don't get distracted by what everyone else is doing. Don't think, oh, that person's selling that though, or that person has done it like this, or that person has just started this thing. It really does not matter what anyone else is doing right now. This is why I want you to take some time today and imagine like it's your first day back at school. I used to love starting back at school. My mum and I would go to the stationery shop go stationery shopping. If you've listened to me for a while, you know that I absolutely love stationery. But we would go stationery shopping. I'd get a new pencil case and a new backpack, and everything would match. And I'd get some new school shoes, and I'd lay it all out, and everything would be perfect. And I want you to have that same mindset around coming back for this last 4 months of the year. I want you to have that back to school mentality where you're like, okay, I've got everything laid out, everything is all good to go, and now I'm getting super, super clear. Don't get distracted by what everyone else is doing. Just stay in your lane. This is your life, okay? These are your goals. This is your way of doing it. It does not matter what someone else is doing. This is about what you're doing right now. And don't underestimate what you can do in 3 months' time. I know people that 3 months ago started a new side hustle, and today they've made $1.2 million with that side hustle that they knew nothing about 4 months ago. So do not underestimate what can happen between now and the end of the year, but it can only happen if you start making some changes, if you do something different, if you double down on what's working and let go of what's not working. If you get mega focused, stop the noise, get out of your own way, then that is how you can have the most incredible 3 months. I still truly believe that you can look back on this year and be like, 2023 was fucking wild. That is where everything completely kicked off for me. Even if right now it is the blandest, like nothing is going on at all. This can still be your story, that 2023 was the year it all changed, if you do something with this next 3 months and commit to playing all out for this next 3 months. Don't be like, yes, I've listened to this podcast from Carly, I feel so fired up, I'm ready to go, I'm going to do it. But then in 3 weeks' time, you're like, oh, well, I've not made any progress, I'm not any further along. It does not matter. You have to get your mindset around the compound effect and the fact that if right now you decide that you are going all in with this one goal, you're going to go all in and make it happen, there is a high chance that over the next 8 weeks nothing will happen and you won't see any progress at all. But gradually, week 9, week 10, week 11, week 12, week 13, that's when things are going to start to really play out, and you need to be playing the game still. You need to be here on week 11, week 12, week 13. You can't just be like, I'm going to give it a week, or I'm going to give it to September and I'm going to go all in for September and see where I'm at then. I can tell you where you're going to be at then. You're going to be in the exact same position right now. So I want you to have that long-term goal. Go all out until the 31st of December and achieve that one goal that you have set out to do, to go all in with that and get a tunnel vision focused on that. Because if you want 2024 to be the year where you don't have to ask your boss if you can have some holiday, you don't have to ask them when you can go on your lunch break, you don't have to keep saying to yourself, oh, I can't afford that, I'd love to do that, but I can't afford that. You don't have to be stressing about money when you go to bed at night. You don't have to be saying, oh, I can't do this or I can't do that. If you don't want that to be your life anymore, if you want to own your life, then you have to start owning your life now. Owning your future and owning the way that you are able to live starts right now with the decision to be like, enough is enough. I'm not doing this anymore. And I really want to get that through to you, that like, this is on you. This is on you to make a change. This is on you to change your situation, to change your future, to change the things that you're not happy about. This is on you. And this is where it stops. This is where the things that have been holding you back previously, this is where the things that have been getting you in your way, this is where the things that have been, plaguing your mind and having you staying in that safe place, this is where that stops today. And we start a new story. We start writing a new story for what your life is going to look like. And that literally starts today. So, I hope you're as pumped up about the rest of the year as I am. As you can tell, I'm super, super pumped up. Amazing things are going to happen for a handful of people that choose to make it so. Some people are going to finish this year in a completely different position to where they are sitting and listening to this podcast right now, because they decided to make that happen. And I want that to be you. I want you listening to this to hear my message today and be like, shit, she is talking to me and this is the message that I need to hear and I'm ready to make a change. I'm talking to you. I am literally talking to you. And this is my message. This is the sign you've been looking for. This is the message that you needed to hear. This is the permission that you need to get out of your own way, be selfish for a short period of time so that you can prioritize what you need and what you want to create in your life. Okay, rant over. Enough listening to me. We've got work to do. Take some time today to get mega focused on what that one goal is. Take some time today to get mega focused on what has been working and what hasn't been working and get to work. Decide, commit, tell everyone around you that you are going all in for the next 4 months and on the 31st of December, you are going to have achieved X, Y, Z. Tell someone who is going to hold you accountable to that goal. Tell me, slide into my DMs, tell me what that goal is. I will hold you accountable to it. And now is the time to get serious. I love you so much. Bye.